guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale with a Pro v Pro. We're going to try something totally, incredibly new on this Pro v Pro. And we have Marcel on the line. Marcel, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, Ash. How's it going?
It's going really well, dude. And so a little backstory for this Pro v Pro, right? And the reason that you're on the line is you guys played without me, and it was my fault. So it was Tag versus Marcel P. Marcel going for 7 wins in a row. We're not going to tell you guys the result, but what we're going to do is co-commentate over the replays. I'm going to try to get inside Marcel P, the People's Champ's head, and we're going to kind of review the gameplay. And this is cool, too, because I've been really meaning to get you on the channel again, man. People miss you out there. Tell us why you're not doing YouTube.
Oh, man, I've been extremely busy at work. Also, just gotten into a long-distance relationship, so personal life has been good, but really busy.
The ladies are all upset now. I can hear them all through the computer screens.
Oh, man.
But good for you, man. I'm glad everything's doing well. I can speak for the entire audience when I say that people really miss you, but at the same time, I think we understand. So it's all good. So let's just, I know you're kind of limited on time. So what happened was I received a very important phone call, and Tag had to stream, so you guys just figured, let's go ahead and just play, and then Ash can record after the fact. So that's why we're here right now. So let's go ahead and turn on the first replay. I'm going to pause it right at the beginning. When you're with me, let me know.
All right, I am starting, and I've paused at 2:59.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, play.
All right, so in this game, I'm playing a Valkyrie Lightning Tornado Hog deck. If you guys have seen this one, it's popular on the top of ladder. I've seen a lot of other players use it.
Yeah, it's probably the best hog deck right now, I'd say. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot against Graveyard. Valkyrie is actually pretty underrated right now, I'd say. So right here, I was tempted to go for the Lightning. The skeletons there caught me off guard. I mean, the log would have been much too late. So I ended up logging here, which ends up being fine. So I'm behind by a really good amount of Elixir right here.
And you've seen him with the pump and the minor skeletons. Do you at this point can you tell that he's playing the 3 Musketeer deck?
Not necessarily. So after he throws down the Goblin gang, I sort of figure that it has to be the 3 Musk deck. But I've seen some people try like minor chip with pump still. It used to be the main minor chip deck back in. But I'm sort of a misplay there. I wasn't quite sure what to do. I didn't have a great hand against the battle. So I find myself way behind on Elixir right here. And right now I figure he has the 3 Musketeers. I believe I don't Lightning right here. Oh, I do. Never mind.
This is a tough deck, man.
Yeah, right here is where he really makes me pay. So he doesn't know I have Executioner, but it doesn't matter because I didn't have enough Elixir to drop it in time. I didn't align it properly. So I pretty much lose the tower nearly right there. I figure I have a chance here. I'm hoping he doesn't drop 3 Musketeers. So I go for the hog. I feel like he probably should have just dropped the 3 Musketeers right there. So I actually get a really good amount of value right there.
Oh,
as soon
nice.
As I saw him drop the battle ram, I log because I figured the only other card he plays is the Goblin gang. So I sort of creep my way back into the game, sort of. Right here, I actually decide to let the Spear Goblins kill my tower. That way I have the King Tower activated because he is playing a minor deck. So that's maybe one tip you can take from this game is a small tip which maybe a lot of people already know. Like actually let your tower die if it has like so much health left. If your opponent's deck is bad against King Tower activation. So right here I had pretty much full Elixir, and so I decided to just I got 1 hog swing out of that because I get the hog to jump. He had to zap the hog there actually. I would have gotten more hog swing.
I saw that. Yep.
Right here, I know he's going for that trick, so be careful with that. People are doing this a lot more often now. The battle ram to try and get your
Lightning.
Yeah, and so right there, I'm able to.
That was really good defense.
Yeah, just 2 Musketeers right there. So right here, I'm pretty happy with how the game is going, given how bad that start was.
Yeah.
I predict Tornado the Goblin gang right there, because at this point, there's 10 seconds left, or so many seconds left. I have to get a tower down. He overcommits right there, which he gives the crying emote because he pretty much had that game in the bag, or he would have been at least way ahead in Elixir because I had to really commit to that hog push.
Yep.
I think if he had just let that go, actually, he would have been
the difference. Yep.
Yeah. So right here, I'm able to build a pretty big push. I'm gonna ignore on the right side right here. I'm not too worried about those 2 Musketeers. I mean, he doesn't have much to support it. He doesn't play the minor, and so I actually let that King Tower go way down right there. I focus on my push. Do I tornado here? Yeah, I tornado the minions. A little bit too late on that tornado. But as you'll see, I'm definitely in the lead in terms of it's a bit harder to get to the king tower, right? And so
Plus,
at this point,
you can be aggressive with a hog. You just have to be aware of the 3 musketeers in the center there.
Exactly. So I'll make sure that I have enough for tornado or for lightning when the 3 musketeers come up. So I plant the executioner way high to make sure he doesn't target anything else, so I don't get screwed by that.
Now at this point, with only 400 damage, 423 on the tower, are you just focused on play defense, and then get a nice hog push?
So right here, I think I just go for it because he has pretty good cards to punish me for log and lightning use.
Oh, that skeleton helped you out there.
Yeah, so once I got that, then I mean I just had to go for it. But
nice.
I was being pretty careful. If I tried to lightning log him, he could easily punish me, right? And log I think was the last card in my rotation at that point, even though I had the tower down the spell range. So
nice.
Pretty happy with that win there.
Yeah, that was a really good comeback there. So, while I turn on, I'm going to go ahead and pause this next one at the beginning here. And while I do that, I want to ask you, all these Pro V Pros, this is now your 7th one. How do you select your decks? Do you base it on the pro that you're facing, or do you just kind of go in with what you're confident in right now in the game?
Yeah, so I definitely take into consideration both. I try when I practice just on side or just play for fun, I try and play as many different decks as I can. That way, number one, I can just play ideally well with any deck, and second, so my opponent can't guess what I'm going to play. I think a big part of bracket matchups, not just Pro V Pros, but any bracket matchup, is if you know your opponent. I mean, there's a good chance you're going to try and build a deck that's strong against the combination of decks your opponent is good at. So I figured against Tag, he's pretty good at Minor Poison, and he's pretty good at he's good at many decks as well. He's not like a 1-deck or 2-deck type of player, but he plays Minor Poison a lot, and he plays Flash Yard quite a bit. And so I decided to bring Valkyrie against the Graveyard deck. I brought Tornado against the Minor. So against him, this Hog, Tornado, Valkyrie deck I thought would be pretty good. But yeah, basically against any of the players I play against, if I notice that they're pretty comfortable with 2 or 3 decks, then I try and build a deck that will have counters, I guess, for all of those, right? Which is why you'll oftentimes see me in the many Pro V Pros in these 6 ones before this. I repeat many of my decks in the same matchup. I'll play Royal Giant 3 times against Pompeo. I'll play Lava Loon twice or 3 times against Enchantant, because I figure they're only comfortable with 3 or 4 decks, and if that one deck I'm playing is good against them, why not keep using it? If they can't find an answer to a certain card in your deck,
it's very smart.
All the decks are comfortable with, then why not keep doing it, right? And I definitely, as you'll see, I play Hog many times against certain players. Against certain players, I'll play Lava Loon more. So a lot of it depends on that. I think Tag's a bit more difficult because he plays many decks, but that's basically my thinking with deck choices.
Okay, let's give it a countdown here, and I have a follow-up question for you. So 3, 2, 1, play. All right, so before you tell us about this deck, it looks very similar to the deck that you just ran, if not the same one, which you just mentioned. Who out of the opponents were you the most scared of? I know there was, it's hard to pick the best player. They're all really good. But is there one that you thought, before Tag, is there one that you thought, oh crap, this is probably going to be it? I think,
Oh man, I'd probably say Surgical Goblin. I would say he's a player that you just can't really tell what deck he's going to bring. And so I think I ended up just playing the decks I was most comfortable with. I played the Graveyard Bar Putt deck. It's just one of the easiest to play. I think I ended up just playing decks that were tough to make mistakes with, because basically at the end of the day, whoever makes one mistake in a matchup like that is probably going to take the loss. And so I would say him, mostly just because I couldn't predict his deck
what he was going to play.
Yeah.
So you take a lot of damage on that first push. What went wrong there?
Yeah, so right there, that opening play where I used the lightning on his knight and bowler, while it may have looked like a good play, it didn't kill any of his troops, right? So I still had to deal with basically 2 alive troops and then a graveyard coming down, because he definitely would be able to build up to enough elixir. So I think what I should have done is save the lightning. Maybe he would have dropped another card behind the bridge, and then from there I could lightning all 3 of those troops, right? Right there, that's value lightning now, because I actually killed one, right? So make sure you're realizing that. Sometimes you will think you're getting a real high value spell, but if it doesn't kill those troops and your opponent can throw a Minor down to support them or throw to tank for them or a Graveyard, then it may not actually be the right play. Which I think it definitely was a mistake for me in the beginning right there.
And again,
game opens, you see a knight and a bowler, you kind of want a lightning. Right there, I mean, at this point, I know I'm sort of up against the wall here with the bowler. I mean, a Valkyrie is going to help me against the graveyard, but Tornado, Bowler, and E-Wiz makes it quite difficult to get any damage through.
It does. This deck is so punishing, I feel like. The splash yard.
There's still sort of an opening here, especially because he let my Valkyrie get a lot of damage. I mean, the key really is I have to know exactly what's in his hand, and if his only counter to my Hog is Electro Wizard, which I think I go for right here, but then he's able to cycle back to Bowler is the thing. See, I'm hoping that he only is able to cycle back to Electro Wizard, and I Lightning it.
Okay.
And I have to Lightning the Bowler, which doesn't die, right? And so now I can't push through that big clump, and so I try to go left side, because I basically have no opening on the right side.
Yeah, and only 20 seconds left here.
20 seconds to go, yeah, I don't have enough Elixir for Lightning. I log, but at this point he's back to Tornado, right? So at this point it's pretty much over. 10 seconds to go, I think I still throw a Lightning down, but which is kind of a shame because if you look at both his towers, I got a lot of damage. But he also played it well himself. I think he did. Made me split my damage, right?
Absolutely. Do you think that you could have done anything differently looking back at this match, or
the opening play? If I did not Lightning the Bowler and Knight right there, and if I had saved, maybe he would have dropped an E-Wiz or something, or maybe I could have dropped Valk in the back instead of that pretty much not zero, but low value Lightning. I wouldn't have been so far behind, right, to start off the game.
Yeah.
So definitely, there's some mistakes I could learn from there.
Okay, so we are 1-1 right now, and this is where you guys, the viewers, including you in our little conversation, is where you go down and you say who you think's going to win, because it's 1-1. And I have Marcel on. Does that mean that he won? Probably, maybe. Or does it mean that he lost? Maybe, because it could be like a goodbye. I don't know. We'll let you guys be the judge in the comments. But so far, at least, you've been an absolute beast to watch, man. It's been a pleasure. So
this is kind of tough, having to hide my excitement / hide my sadness, whichever one it is.
You're doing a good job, because I know the result, but I don't know. You seem pretty happy, and you seem a little sad too. So I don't know. No. I'm just joking. All right, 3, 2, 1. Play match 3.
All right.
So we are 1-1, coming into a 1-1 match, or if you were like 0-1. Do you have any difference that you would do? Would you switch things up, or are you just going to play in these Pro v Pros just straight up what you think's going to work?
Yeah, so right here I just lost that matchup, and I figured I'd go with a deck that I've been working on, I've been cooking up, which is quite interesting. Maybe the viewers will agree. So right here, he does Minor Poison, a bit of an overcommitment, but yeah, based on my thinking with this deck choice, is try to surprise him with something that maybe he hasn't seen before. And he actually goes the same route. He brings a deck that I've never seen myself either. So I'm actually playing, as you'll see now, a Mortar pump deck. And my thinking with this deck is...
With a Tesla.
So the Tesla is a bit of a... I'm not exactly sure about that choice just yet. I mean, so Inferno Tower would be the obvious choice. But because this deck cycles so fast, Ash, you have so many... I mean, you can cycle back to Mortar and Tesla whenever you want. So you basically aren't going to be... at a loss for having a building at any point, and I'm trying to make this deck as well-rounded as possible. Tesla's much better against like a zap bait deck because you can actually use it, right? Inferno Tower is pretty much useless. It's like there's no time you can actually use it against a zap bait deck. So I was trying to make this deck as well-rounded as possible.
I like that. I like that you're giving a love to a card that we never see. I don't think this is the first time in like 30 Pro v Pros that we've seen Tesla, I want to say.
I think, as you'll see in this matchup, it actually proves to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla has a ton of HP, does it not? It feels like the thing never dies.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of HP. And the other thing here is you usually need a spell to get rid of Tesla. If you're playing a tank deck, you need a Fireball, you need to Lightning it. And then I throw in the Collector. So if you throw the spell at my building, I'll probably still be able to defend a good amount. And then I throw a Collector down. You don't have a spell left in your deck, in your hand. And then I build up a huge Elixir advantage with the Collector. So that's basically the thinking behind this deck here. I was able to outcycle his Giant right there, but my Mortar didn't get that last shot, which is what I was crying about.
What are you looking for? How many Mortar shots do you consider a good Mortar push?
Oh, it depends on what is in his hand, I guess. Right there, I was hoping to get at least one, right? Because he didn't have his Giant. Right here, I'm forced to Fireball, which is not the optimal play. I think something I should be looking at doing here is switching lanes, right? He's able to poison my pump and the tower that's low. He's able to poison my Mortar as well to get a lot of chip damage on everything, basically. And I'm forcing staying on the right side, which, I mean, I am getting a lot of damage. See right there, I get the one Mortar hit. So in terms of damage, we're pretty even. I'm gonna get another mortar hit right here. Probably another. I think I get.
Yeah, you get a lock here. Yeah.
Yeah, and so as you'll see, the quick cycle of this deck really is punishing him. I think the Mega Minion
Boom, nice.
being in his deck actually does hurt me quite a bit because it's able to just hover over. I don't have a good answer to it. I have to save Tesla for the giant, right?
Yeah.
So right here I find myself a good amount ahead. Not that I can actually fireball cycle just yet, but I need to make sure to save these skeletons because my only answer for his miner, reliable answer, as long as he doesn't throw the poison down or the skeletons.
How, Marcel, your defense, one thing I've noticed, and so have the viewers, all throughout this entire Pro v Pro streak that you've been on, is your placement is impeccable. Like, your defense, you know exactly where to place everything. How did you become so good at that?
You know, I think I started the game playing almost entirely defensive decks, and I think that's where I had to make sure that all my placements were I mean, I'll not say flawless, but I couldn't make mistakes, basically, right? Because if you're playing, the deck I got comfortable with in Clash Royale with was the Miner Inferno with Pump deck. So that's what I was saying earlier in the video, that the Miner Pump decks were the popular ones back in the day. They played Inferno Tower and Miner, and they pretty much just never pressured your
opponent.
Those. Yeah, and so I lose the game here. Really
so close, too.
7 up left in that tower. Getting sidetracked with our conversation here, so I'm down 2-1. What's gonna happen?
So now you're down 2-1, and let me just make sure I get my matches in order here. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going on 4th match here. All right, I'm gonna pause at the beginning again. So that was a tough loss for you because you were in the lead going into overtime, and then you lost it there at the end.
Yeah, so I definitely was. I think at some point there I was ahead by like 300 health, and I had a pump down. I think there's probably some sort of combination of plays that I probably could have made to win that. Either, so there are two things I think about that I take away from that game. One, I could have switched lanes earlier so that he wouldn't get all that poison value. I think I played the collector in the middle a couple of times too, which I probably should have played it in the back left.
Yeah.
And second, despite that, I was still ahead, and I had a pump down. I probably either could have, maybe I could have fireball cycled, or I don't know. I'm just not convinced that I lost, that there was no way I could win that game, even after the opening.
Yeah, so, maybe the viewers can chime in on what you could have done differently there, too, upon further inspection. But let's move on to match number 4, because now you're down 2-1. This is a position that I want to say you've never been in before. Have you ever been down 2-1? No,
I think I've only lost one game at most in all the other matchups. So
it's insane, man. All right, so 3-2-1 play. And walk us through again. You're playing the same deck.
Oh, I bring the same deck. Maybe the viewers know this.
Classic Marcel move. Classic.
I think people just don't expect it. Maybe he expected it against me. Who knows? But I brought the same deck. I've been practicing this deck a good amount. I've seen it win against Splash Yard, Miner Control, many decks. I find it quite well rounded.
Now, will you ever start out with a Mortar?
So I usually try not to start, but right here he doesn't either, so I just start, given that I have at least a skeleton's advantage over him.
Yep.
I think I play the Tesla late here. Let me see. Or I decide not to play the Tesla, and his skeletons got huge value, right? So right there, he played skeletons, and basically my Mortar didn't get a single shot off. I fireball here. And my fireball misses the baby dragon.
Yep.
I try to tank one shot with the skeletons. I missed that as well. So and at this point, I know he has Bowler in rotation. So I'm definitely not going to play, because I know he's playing Splash Yard. It's pretty obvious at this point.
Yep.
So I try to play the pump. If I play the pump in the back right, that's probably asking for trouble, because he can then play Graveyard plus a tank. So I try to play the pump in a location where he wouldn't get a Graveyard on it. Instead, he poisons. So not much going on here just yet.
Yeah. So now you switch lanes, though. Smart move.
I have to make him play the other lane, and I expected him to play Bowler here, and I think that was a big overcommitment on my end, playing the Mega Minion, which basically doesn't get much value at all. I was expecting the quick Bowler drop. Now he drops the Bowler, and I am a good amount behind right now. And Mega Minion's out of cycle. He can probably go for the Graveyard right here. So the big mistake there is I expected the Bowler, and I immediately dropped Mega Minion, and here he comes to punish me. And there's nothing I can do at this point. Mega Minion's not going to answer the skeletons of the Graveyard. My log misses 2 of those skeletons on the left.
Oh, man. It could have been worse though. You could have probably you might have lost that tower there, but
oh yeah, that could have been worse. I'm also behind on Elixir though, so
yes.
things are not looking good at all.
And plus, it's very difficult to make comebacks with a Mortar deck, you know?
Oh yeah, one of my skeletons runs away there, so I'm misplaying all over the place right now. I have to play the Mega Minion to...
He's in your head, dude.
He's in my head, possibly, so definitely not my best series right here. As,
well, this is a really, I mean...
outcome is going to be here. Graveyard coming, still no response because I tried to overcommit on the left side.
On the other side, yeah.
Have to, right? But that game was lost pretty much with the opening play. I didn't really play that too well with the missing the baby dragon, and then I overcommitted by expecting the bowler to come. I'm just laughing and just having a good time with my emotes right here.
Yeah.
I know it's pretty much over, so I'm just throwing buildings down.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, and that was it, man.
Streak comes to an end.
The streak comes to an end.
Maybe the viewers are finally happy to get rid of me, but
no, dude, we love you here at CWA, man. Honestly, this is, I mean, whatever. I say this every time I have you or Tag on, but you or Tag are like two of my all-time favorite guests. You both add so much in terms of commentary, as you guys heard from this video. And man, yeah, it was a pleasure, and I just want to give you a huge hats off. It's really apropos that you joined me on this very final Pro v Pro, at least for this round. We'll get you back on next round. But Tag is the new king of the hill. Do you have any final words? You are the reigning champ for 6 wins in a row against TMD Yao Yao, Surgical Goblin, Pompeo, Hazard. Who the heck am I missing here, man? Oh, and chatting.
TMD Yao Yao.
Yao Yao.
Yao Yao. Yep.
I got Yao Yao, Hazard. Oh, Diego B, obviously.
Diego B in the beginning.
Okay,
yep.
Yeah. So, dude, well played, man. Well played.
Hey, thanks so much. It's been awesome. It's been a pleasure, definitely. Would love to come back at some point. It's quite the run. Good luck to whoever faces Tag next. He is,
dude,
he's a beast.
Tag, if there's anybody who could go on a massive streak of their own, it could be Tag, you know?
Oh, definitely.
All right, well, dude, thank you so much for coming on. Again, hats off, and hopefully we see you back in the YouTube scene. I know it's not on the agenda coming up soon, but you have such great content, man. But either way, best of luck with the Crown Championship if you do that, and anything else that you you endeavor to do in Clash Royale and life, man.
I appreciate the kind words, Ash, and best of luck to you as well.
All right, dude. Well, thank you so much to Marcelp for joining me. Huge congratulations to Tag. Did you guys guess right? I bet by this point, the safe money would have been just picking Marcelp in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and scroll through and see how many of you guys guessed right or guessed wrong. I apologize for not having the live matches again, guys. Got that important phone call, but I hope you enjoyed this format. I thought it was really fun to have Marcelp on, ask him a few questions, and really dissect the gameplay. So huge shout out to my YouTube partner, Bren Chong. You can see his information in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.